Hello and welcome back to Warehouse and Operations as a Career. I'm Marty, and today let's talk about something that sounds incredibly simple. So simple, in fact, that we probably hear it growing up from our parents, teachers, and coaches. And once we enter the workforce, we hear it from supervisors, managers, customers, and coworkers. Do what you say you're going to do. That's it. Sounds easy, right? But think about how many problems inside a warehouse, distribution center, manufacturing facility, transportation operation, or production environment start because somebody said they were going to do something and then they didn't. An associate says, "I'll be here tomorrow," then they don't show up. A lead says, "I'll get someone over there to help you," and nobody comes. And a supervisor says, "I'll look into that," but nothing happens. And here's a good one. A manager says, "We'll get that repaired," yet 3 weeks later, the same equipment is still tagged out. And a great example, an executive says, "Safety is our number one priority." But when production gets tight, unsafe shortcuts suddenly become acceptable. See where I'm going? Today's subject is not really about keeping promises. I feel it's about 3 of my favorite words: credibility, trust, and accountability. And most importantly for us, it's about building a reputation that helps us move our career forward. We want people to remember that we do what we say. Let's start with the newest associate walking into the warehouse. Maybe we are an order selector, a pallet runner, loader, receiver, a forklift operator, or maybe it's our first warehouse job. Our reputation begins almost immediately. During orientation, we may say, "I understand, I'll be here at 7. I'll wear my PPE. I'll call if I'm going to be late. I'll complete my pre-trip, and I'll follow the procedures." Those may sound like little statements, but every one of them matters. If we tell our supervisor we will be there at 7 and we consistently arrive at 6:50 ready to work, he or she will notice. And if we say we are willing to learn receiving, and when the opportunity comes we step over there and learn it, it gets noticed. If we tell someone we'll finish wrapping a pallet before break and we do it, people notice. And guess what? When we don't do those things, that's noticed too. Our reputation in the workplace is often nothing more than a collection of experiences other people have had with us. Can I count on you, Marty? Does Marty show up? Does Marty finish what he starts? Does Marty tell me when there's a problem? If Marty says he's going to do something, will it get done? Those questions, or answers I guess, become our reputation. And I've said it before, in our industry, in many instances, your reputation walks into a building before you do. Warehousing and transportation is a surprisingly small world. Supervisors become managers. Managers change companies. Associates become leads. Vendors become customers. Customers become employers. And years later, somebody may hear your name and say, "Oh yeah, I remember him." Now here's something else we need to talk about. Doing what we say does not mean saying yes to everything, a subject I struggle with myself. Sometimes one of the most professional responses we can give is, "I can't promise that," or "I don't know yet, but I'll find out." There is a big difference between being helpful and over-promising. Imagine a lead telling 3 different people, "I'll take care of it. I'll get somebody over there. I'll have maintenance look at it. I'll get your schedule fixed. I'll talk to the supervisor." All that sounds helpful, but what if none of it happens? Pretty soon, those words don't mean anything. Wouldn't you rather hear, "I don't have the answer right now, but I'll check and I'll get back to you before lunch"? Then actually get back to me before lunch. To me or with me, that builds credibility. We don't have to know everything. We don't have to fix everything ourselves. But if we give somebody our word, we need to follow through. And if circumstances change and we cannot follow through, we have to communicate that. Let's say I tell my supervisor, "I'll have that trailer unloaded by 10. Then we find damaged product. There's an OS&D issue. The paperwork doesn't match, or a pallet collapsed. Now 10 o'clock isn't gonna happen. That does not automatically mean I failed, but what happens next matters. If 10 o'clock comes and goes and nobody knows what's happened, I've created another problem. But if I communicate at 9:15 and say, hey, we found damaged freight on pallets 6 and 7. I've stopped the unload and I'm waiting on direction from claims. We probably won't make the 10 o'clock completion. To me, that's professionalism. Doing what we say includes letting people know when something prevents us from doing it. Remember a couple of weeks ago how we learned that communication protects trust? Well, silence destroys it. Now let's move up to the lead position. This is where the subject becomes even more important. Because once we become a lead, people begin watching whether our actions match our words. We tell them, safety comes first. Then an associate says a pallet is leaning real bad. What do? Do we stop and correct it? Or do we say, just move it, we're running behind? We tell everyone, pre-trip your equipment before using it. Then we jump on a pallet jack ourselves without inspecting it. What did we just teach the team? Leadership is not what we say during the startup meeting. Leadership is what people watch us do after the startup meeting. Associates are very good at spotting inconsistencies. Here's a couple of great examples. If I say everybody needs to be on time, but I walk in late 3 days a week, I've lost credibility. And if I say communication is important, but associates cannot get an answer from me, well, you see where I'm going. For supervisors and managers, our words carry even more weight. Let's see, what else did I note here? I want to throw in a word on safety. All this becomes especially important around safety. If we tell associates to report hazards, we have to respond when they do. If someone reports a broken pallet jack and nothing happens, eventually people stop reporting broken equipment. If somebody identifies a near miss and management ignores it, eventually near misses stop getting reported. If someone tells us a dock plate isn't operating correctly and our answer is, we know, just be careful, what message are we sending? We cannot build a safety culture through posters or slogans, and we cannot build it through once-a-year training. Safety culture is built when employees see the company do what it says it will do. If we say report hazards, then hazards need to be investigated. If we say never operate defective equipment, then defective equipment needs to stay out of service. And if we say no load is more important than someone going home safely, then our operational decisions have to reflect that. That's credibility. Now let's look outside the four walls of our building for a second. Our customers are paying attention to us as well. In transportation, we tell a customer, the truck will be there at 8. Maybe it arrives at 8, maybe it doesn't. But if we know at 6:30 that the driver has been delayed, and we wait until 8:15 to communicate it, we've damaged our trust. Again, customers understand that problems happen. Trucks break down, people call out, systems go down, freight gets damaged, and weather can happen. What customers struggle with is surprise. Don't surprise people with bad news they should have heard earlier. Sometimes doing what we say means saying, we're not going to hit the original commitment and here's what we're doing about it. That kind of honesty can actually strengthen a relationship. Now let's talk about executives, vice presidents, directors, presidents, owners, CEOs. At that level, words can influence entire organizations. We tell employees, our people are the greatest. Okay, do our actions show that? We say we believe in training, but are we investing in training? We say we promote from within. Are we actually developing internal candidates? We say safety is priority 1. Are safety expenses approved? And are damaged tools replaced? Are supervisors held accountable for unsafe behavior? Culture travels downhill. and so does inconsistency. I think the little promises matter most. Here's where I think we sometimes get this wrong. We think trust is built with big speeches and big promises. Usually it's built through all the little things like, I'll call you back, and you call. I'll send that report, and you send it. Those small moments stack up. Eventually, people stop wondering whether you're dependable. They just know you are. We can spend a lot of time complaining that other people don't follow through. Our coworker didn't do what they said. Our supervisor forgot something. Management never responded. The company promised something. And some of those complaints may be completely legitimate. But let's turn the mirror around for just a moment. What about us? Do people have to remind us? Do we commit to things and then forget them? Do we blame circumstances rather than communicate issues? Do we expect other people to keep commitments we're willing to break ourselves? I feel like accountability starts with me. If I want to work in a dependable organization, I should first become a dependable employee. If I want a trustworthy supervisor, I should first become a trustworthy associate. If I want my team to follow through, I need to follow through. I'll leave you with 3 habits. First, I try and be careful what I commit to. Before you say yes, think. Can I really do this? Do I have the authority, the time, and all the information? Second, write things down. Leads, supervisors, and managers get asked dozens of questions every day. Use a notebook or your phone, a task list, or maybe your calendar. There is no prize for remembering everything. However, there is value in making sure things get done. And third, close the loop. This may be the most important one. If somebody asks you something and you say you'll find out, go back to them. Even if the answer is, I still don't have an answer, that's closing the loop. I haven't forgotten, I'm still working on it. To me, those words and phrases matter. So whether we are unloading our first trailer or running the entire distribution network, this principle applies. Do what you say you're going to do. Our job title doesn't change that responsibility. Become the person people can count on. Do exactly what you said you were going to do. Well, I've got to go finish up what I said I'd get done today. Until next time, be safe, be productive, communicate, follow through, and keep building that career.